was looking for a 350Z exhaust. Found a 350Z. It's been there's not much left to it. No exhaust. All right, so striking out on the axles. I found one out of an 08 F250, but they want $400 for it. So what we're gonna do instead is take this 350Z exhaust, because I think I can make that work and get rid of that stupidly annoying crap on there right now. So we got a door, battery tray for the Jeep, roof rack for the Jeep, toolbox, stock exhaust for the car, headrest for the Jeep. All right, so went to the junkyard. We got some parts for the Jeep. I also got a stock Nissan 350Z exhaust for that bad boy, because this is super because this exhaust is super obnoxious in my opinion. A lot of people like it. My little brother likes it, but for me, I drive an hour a day through the mountains, so I'm on the accelerator going uphill a lot, and it's just annoying. So we're gonna replace it with a stock exhaust and then sell this one, maybe make our money back or more. It looks pretty easy. So at the junkyard, I don't know how much footage I got because I was really not taking footage. The Y pipe, I was gonna get the Y pipe because mine is smushed. But the Y pipe on this one was completely obliterated. When they pulled the cats off, they just, I don't know what they did, but they obliterated the Y pipe. So I just cut this off right here at the flange. I went to my Nissan dealership and I got a gasket because they had them in stock. Over here, because it was on gravel and super uncomfortable and getting kind of hot, I just sawzawed through the rubber mounts so I can reuse what's on there, buy more. I unbolted that, assuming it would be easier to get this out in pieces, but I ended up catching a guy in a forklift who picked the car up for me, and I was able to just rip this whole thing out at once. So even though I undid it, I'm going to replace the gasket anyway. I bought one. Then going over here, you can't really see it on the upper side. Oh, but I know it's stock exhaust because it says Nissan right there. So I'm hoping that it's still stock. Nobody modified it in any way or cut any holes in it. But we're gonna find out. So I just hosed it off to get all the dirt off, and now I picked up my car and we're gonna go ahead and put it in. So I should be able to go ahead and just unbolt this, pull this out. Because we're in my garage, I'm going to unbolt this flange and pull this front section out. And while it's out, I'm gonna try and get this muffler out. Getting this out should be easy. It's a lot smaller than the new one going in. So after all said and done, hopefully we'll be a lot quieter. I should turn on the lights. First thing we're going to do is unbolt the pipe essentially from the Y pipe. So you have your header, and then you have your catalytic converters and your Y pipe, which then goes into one, and right where it turns into one, which is right here, is where we are disconnecting. So these bolts run super tight, and I got 220 pounds worth of gravity, and it wasn't quite enough to pop these loose. So you gotta grunt really hard and loud for them to come off. Pretty much mandatory. So you're gonna bust them loose. You may soak some WD-40 or Liquid Ranch or PB Blaster or whatever you want to do the night before. I don't know that it would actually help. These get really hot and seized. Not to mention if you're in the Rust Belt, I mean, it's just gonna be pretty rough. So have a ratchet like this, helps dramatically. I will link it in the description below. I know you guys have commented on that ratchet in the past. Yes, I love it. It's pretty much my favorite ratchet. Okay, so in the back here, I'm gonna go ahead and take it off here as well. This is right where it meets the muffler. So
there's actually technically 3 bolts. So you have one right here on the right, and then on the left hand side you actually have 2. You have one that holds a ground strap down, and then after you remove the ground strap like that right here, there's another one right behind it. So 2 nuts. So this is your muffler. It is not held on by anything more than insulators. There are 3 insulators. You've got one here on the passenger side, one here on the driver's side, and then a third one again on the passenger side, which I didn't film apparently. For the straight pipe, you have 1 insulator right here. I find it easier to stick some grease in there. This is just some white lithium grease. You can do whatever you want. It just helps lube up the rubber, which makes it easier to slide out. So I went ahead and lubed up all 4 of them. Picked up the exhaust a little bit to get underneath, on top of, everywhere, get a lot of lube. This is also going to help with the reinstall of your new exhaust. This process is the same, by the way, regardless of whether you're upgrading your exhaust or, like me, going back to stock. The process is the exact same. So again, I'm just lubing up all of these insulators just to make it easy. Okay, so now that we've got them all lubed up, next thing is going to go to separate your pipes. So now that you have them unbolted, you can literally just pull them apart. The center pipe's being held on by the insulator only. A little trick for getting these off, even if they don't come off like this one, it was still pretty stuck on and solid with from the old. Grab a pair of channel locks and just squeeze it out and it'll pop right out. Check this out right here, and it just pops out. Boop, just like so. A little tip, makes it super easy, and then you can just go ahead and pull it out. Just like so, and down we go. So the resonator has been removed out of my previous exhaust from the previous owner, and I'm definitely putting the resonator from the stock exhaust in. So this muffler, again, same thing. Use your channel locks to pop the hangers out of the insulators. It'll make it way easier. This Flowmaster actually didn't have tabs on the hangers. The hangers were just straight rod that was bent. Mainly because I'm pretty sure this was mostly homemade. I think the previous owner purchased the Flowmaster muffler and took his stock exhaust, tore it up, and welded it together with the Flowmaster. So here we are. Those are the 2 side by side. They are exactly identical in size, so it's direct bolt on. There's the Flowmaster number if you're interested. So now I'm using an impact. The flange I cut off at the junkyard. It's way easier to come off with an impact. Don't know why I didn't do that while it was in the car, but you know, sometimes brains come after brawn. So you're going to pop your gaskets off. You have a flange gasket on the front side and then a circular gasket on the back. I swear there was good music in the garage and I'm not just dancing to nothing. Alright, so I've got new gaskets I purchased from my Nissan dealer. A little quick side tour here. I'm just greasing up the hangers on the new exhaust going on. Again, it's just going to make it slide in easier. So this slid in. I ended up grabbing my neighbor. Thanks, Matt. He helped me to slide this in because holding it up and trying to slide in the hangers wasn't working out for me too well. So he came over, didn't get on film, but pretty much we just held it up and one person popped it in. Took literally a minute and a half. So now I'm cleaning the mating surfaces on the exhaust. This is just going to help eliminate any leaks. You don't want leaks because it'll sound like crap. So I'm just using one of these nylon brushes on my drill. So here's your new gasket. I'm going to put this in place first on the studs off of the Y pipe. I don't think it matters which direction it goes. And then this little round one I'm going to put right here and adjust it when I put this pipe up because it fell off. But anyway, it's pretty easy. It's as simple as that. Remember, the new muffler's already in the back there. I did the muffler first so that I can just bolt up the mid pipe here. Super easy. Slide it through your insulator, bolt it down. As far as torque specs, I don't know exact torque specs. I didn't even bother to look it up. Essentially just go as tight as you can without breaking anything. That's a pretty good guideline, I would think. So As you can see here, you can see me grunt. Grunt is mandatory in order to get proper torque.
Alright guys, we got the exhaust on. So far, I'm very happy. Doesn't sound like any leaks. I mean, you can still hear the exhaust. It's a 350Z. They didn't make them silent, but the rattling, the is gone. Oh man, when you spend an hour driving up mountains, an hour on the accelerator every single day, and then going home every single day, that exhaust gets really old, man. And we're gonna hit the gas pedal right now. Oh yeah. Oh, this is so nice. I'm excited, guys. Like you have no idea that how annoying that is to me. This is beautiful. Woo! Alright guys, hey, I know this is a little bit different. I didn't really do a step-by-step how-to. This is just exciting for me. I wanted it to get done real quick, so I kind of just did a video. And here we are, man. I'm driving way quieter. I can hear the tires now. I couldn't hear the tires before. I can actually, the engine's quiet enough in this thing, I don't hear the engine, but I can hear tire noise. I could never hear tire noise before. You can have a conversation in here now, and I'm stoked, man. Like, geez, I'm not as young as I used to be. I don't like the noise like I used to, and this is awesome. I'm pretty excited right now, if you can't tell. So, anywho, if you like what you saw, make sure you leave a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, check out my other videos. There's a whole playlist on the 350Z, and I've got plenty of other vehicles as well. So check them out. We'll see you guys next time, and yeah, stay safe, stay healthy, stay free. Adios.